Welcome to Pouches and More, and today let's prepare this shoulder bag or crossbody bag. It's got a zipper pocket right in the front. This is how it looks. The inside has got a divided pocket, that's two pockets and a single large compartment. The enclosure is a zipper one. The back is plain. The strap has also got an adjuster, so you can adjust the straps as you want. So let's get started and begin preparing this crossbody bag or shoulder bag. So the first thing we'll be doing is quilting the main fabric along with the rubber sheet. So I've taken a main fabric 11.5 by 9.5. The quilting sheet or rubber sheet is 1/4 inches more for all of them. So here the main fabric is 11.5 by 9.5. We have taken two main fabrics 2 and 3/4 inches by 9.5. Again the quilting sheet will be 1/4 inches. Another fabric 6.5 by 9.5. For all we are just going to quilt them. We have finished quilted and we have cut the fabrics also to size. So let's check out the size that is required and also all the materials. So we require one piece of main fabric which has been quilted, and this measures 11.5 by 9.5. Two pieces of lining also measuring 11.5 by 9.5 inches. One piece of main fabric again quilted 6.5 by 9.5 inches. Two pieces of main fabric again they have been quilted 2 and 3/4 inches by 9.5 inches. This is for the inside pocket and this measures 13 inches by 13 inches. We have just folded it and kept. This is for the inside pocket. For the outer pocket we require a fabric measuring 12 inches by 6 and 3/4 inches. This is for the outer zipper pocket. We require one piece of fabric and this is 4 inches wide and 52 inches long. This is for the strap as well as the tabs. Two zips, one measuring 7 inches and another 12 inches. Two rings and one strap adjuster. So these are materials. Now first we are going to prepare the outer pocket. For that we have taken this fabric which has been quilted and we are going to make a marking of 3 inches from top. On both the sides we will be making. So on the top part, on both the sides we will make a marking of 3 inches and we are just going to join this 3-inch marking. We need to cut this. This is for the outer zipper pocket. Once we finish marking, we will just cut this line. So this is cut. This is for the front pocket. Now we'll put one aside and on this we'll be working. So right side will be facing up. Here we are going to place the zipper right side facing down. Remember the zipper will open from left to right. Once we finish clipping it, we are going to take our lining fabric right side facing down, align it from the side and the top and clip it together. Here we need to make a stitch. Here right sides are together, a straight stitch over here. Once it's stitched, for the top stitch we're just going to put both the fabrics on one side and finger press the stitch line that we just did and make a straight stitch. Once the straight stitch is done, there might be extra fabric, we'll cut it later on. Now we're going to take the top part that we kept aside and right side facing down, we're just going to align it from the sides and the top and again clip this together with the zip. Flip it over. The lining fabric, fold it over like this. On the other side of the zipper tape, clip it together. So here we need to make a stitch. From the side will be looking like this and we'll be making a straight stitch over here. Our stitch is done. Now for making the top stitch we are only going to push out the main fabric and the seams towards the main fabric. So this is how it will be looking. The lining fabric will be as it is. The seams will be on the upper side and we'll be making a top stitch over here. Our top stitch is done. We have also stitched the sides. Here we have stitched the sides so that the pocket is held together. We'll cut all this. Our front center panel is ready. Now we are going to put the side panels together. So we are going to just place it right side facing down like this. Align it from the side, clip it together and we have to make a straight stitch over here. The same thing we'll do on the other side also. Right side facing down, clip it completely together. So here we'll have to make a straight stitch on both the sides. Right sides are together. After stitching, we're just going to open it. We need to make a top stitch. For that we'll have to push the seams towards the outer panel. So both sides, just push the seam towards the outer panel and then make a top stitch on the panel side. So both sides will be doing the same thing. Push the seams outer side and make a top stitch on the panel side. So that is done. Our front body is completely ready. In case there is any difference in sizes, we'll cut it according to the back panel. Now we'll make a inside pocket. So for that, we have just taken this fabric 13 by 13. I'm just going to fold it in half and make a stitch on three sides. On one side we'll be leaving an opening, that is to turn it to the right side. So three sides will be making a stitch. Our stitch is done. We need to turn it to the right side. Before that, we are just going to cut the corners and also we are going to fold the open seam over here. So we are just going to flatten it like this, both sides, and then we'll cut the corners, then turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. This is the opening. We're just going to pin this so that they are held together, the fabrics are held together. We need to make a stitch now on the three sides, not on the open side. The open side will be the base. Now to join this to our lining fabric, we need a center marking. So we're just going to fold this in half, and on the top part and the base part we are going to make a center marking. We have taken one lining fabric also, so we're just going to attach this pocket on the lining fabric inside. After making the center, this is the opening, so the opening will come on the base. We'll again pin it. Now the same center marking we'll have to do on our lining fabric also. So for that we'll do the same thing, fold it in half and make a mark on the top as well as on the base. So we're just going to fold it like this, finger press and make a center mark over here. The same thing we'll do on the base also. Just fold it in half, finger press and make a mark over there also. This will be our center line. So here on the lining fabric we have got a center line around 1.5 to 2 inches from the base. We will be placing our pocket fabric like this, aligning the centers. So it will be around 1.5 to 2 inches from the base. We'll just place it like this. Now here we need to make a stitch all three sides. The opening will also be stitched. So all three sides, and we can also make a center stitch over here. So we have two pockets. So a center stitch and all three sides. Once this is done, our inside pocket is also ready, that is divided pocket. So both our pockets are ready, the front pocket with the zipper one and the inside divided pocket. So next what we need to do is we need to make the boxing in the corners. So down we'll be making a box of 1.5 by 1.5 inch. So base both will be making, both sides will be making 1.5 by 1.5 inch box. This gives the back the square finish and a flat finish down. So here 1.5 inches by 1.5. The top part, from the side it will be 1 inch. So from the side we'll make a marking of 1 inch, whereas from the top part we'll make a marking of 3/4 inches. So from the top it will be 3/4 inch and from the side it will be 1 inch. The base all are same, that is 1.5 by 1.5. The same thing we'll do on the other side also, top. So from the side we take 1 inch and from the top we'll be taking 3/4 inch and make a rectangle over there. Now once we do it on one fabric, we'll do the same marking on all 4 corners on the remaining 3 also. So here 3/4 1 and 1 1/2 1 1/2. Now the same marking on 4 corners we'll be doing it on our remaining body and the lining fabrics both also, and we're going to cut it also. So we have cut the box. Now we will have to attach our zip. So for that we just take the main fabric, right side facing up. Now the zip, again the slider will be opening from left to right. So the slider will be facing down. Align it from the side and the top and clip them together. Now take the lining fabric, right side facing down, align it from the sides and the top and again clip them together. Your right sides are together, zip is sandwiched in between, a straight stitch over here. Straight stitch is done. Now for the top stitch, again push both the fabrics to one side and finger press the stitch line. Remember to neatly pull the lining fabric also and then make a top stitch. So neatly align the box of the main fabric and the lining fabric and then make a top stitch over here. One side is done. Now for the other side we'll take the main fabric. Right side again facing down. Remember the box, the 1 by 3/4 will be coming on the top part. So right side facing down. Align it from the side and the top and clip them together. After clipping this, flip it over. On the lining fabric side, put the lining fabric right side facing down. There are the 2 pockets. Remember, they come on the top side. So right side facing down, the pockets will be inside. Align from the side and the top and again clip them together. Here right sides together of the lining fabric. Flip it over. Right sides together of the main fabric. We'll have to make a stitch. It's a simple straight stitch. So we have finished doing the stitch as well as the top stitch. And we have also pulled the slider inside in the center. Now we'll prepare the strap. For that we've taken the strap, we're just going to fold it in half. Once we fold it in half, we're just going to press this center line. Get both the raw edges to the center line that we just did and make another fold. This is how we'll be doing our strap. As of now, we're just going to clip this. And we need to do this entirely on the entire strap. So we have got our tab and strap together. This is the same concept. Once we finish doing this and stitching the strap, we are going to cut off the tabs from the strap itself. So we'll be doing this entirely. Now we have clipped the entire strap and we're going to make 2 stitches on both sides. Our strap is ready and we have cut 5 inches of the strap for our rings. Now this also will be dividing into 2 since we need to have 2 tabs for 2 rings. Now we're just going to cut it in half and we're going to insert this into our ring and clip it and keep it as of now. This we'll have to attach it to our body. Our body is entirely ready, completely ready. So now we have just clipped it. Both the D-rings, we're just going to insert the tabs into the D-rings like this. And we're going to keep it. Now we've taken the main body that we just prepared and we're going to take the tabs we prepared, the raw edges aligning with the raw edges and the loop and the ring inside the bag. The same thing we are doing this side also. We can cut the zip if we want to. I'll cut it later on. The same thing, align the raw edges together and the loop or the ring inside and we're going to make a stitch. Our stitch is done, our tab is ready. Now we are going to put right sides together of the main fabric, align it all around neatly and clip it together. See that the boxes are all aligned. fabric and main fabric both are aligned. Now we make a stitch here, 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 and here, here, and on the base we will be leaving an opening. Here and here will be stitching. So I've stitched all around. Now for the box we are just going to flatten it like this. The side seam and the base seam will come together, and we are going to flatten the fabrics like this. The stitch seams will be together. Flatten the fabrics and clip them together. We need to make a stitch on this. So here we'll have to make a stitch. We'll do the same thing on the other side also. So main fabric is done. Lining fabric also will do absolutely the same thing. Just get the side seam and the base seam together. Align it. So we have a straight line over here like this. Flatten both the seams. The fabrics at the seam, we are just going to flatten it. And we will be clipping this. So as of now we are just going to stitch the base boxes. So here we are going to make a stitch over here, here, as well as the main fabric both sides. Base boxing is done. Now for the top part, the concept is absolutely the same thing. Get the seams together. The only thing is here we'll put the main fabric on one side and the lining fabric on the other side. So we'll have to stitch them together. But the concept is the same thing. Just align the seams from either side, flatten it, clip them together, and then make a stitch. So in between we have our zipper teeth, and on either side we'll be having our main fabric and the lining fabric seams. So we're just going to flatten them and clip them. Here we'll be using more clips since we have got the lining fabric as well as the main fabric. To hold them together we'll be clipping the sides also, and this absolutely same thing we'll do on the other side also. So here we're going to make a stitch as well as here. Our stitch is done. Now we need to turn it to the right side. Just cut off any extra thread. Now from this opening we'll turn it to the right side. So carefully just pull out the entire bag from this opening and turn it to the lining fabric side. Push out all the corners, the top as well as the base. Now we need to stitch this opening over here, but before doing that, before stitching this opening, we are just going to turn it to the main side and check if the corners are all neat and if we are happy with the entire shape of the bag. So for that we are just going to push out all the corners, all the boxes that we did. We are just going to push it out so the top looks, one side looks nice, the other is also neat. Now the base also will be pushing it out to check if it's neat. Only then will we stitch the opening that we left in the lining fabric. So first push out all the corners that we just boxed. So base also one is okay and the other is also perfect. So we are happy with the entire thing. Even if check the shape and all, if there's any changes, this is the time you can make any change. If you are happy with it, just stitch the lining fabric opening. So this is the opening that we left. Just align both the sides and make a straight stitch over here. Our stitching is done. We're just going to push this lining fabric inside our main body is done, that is the bag is completely done. Now the only thing left is we need to attach a strap to this. For that we're just going to take our strap. If there are any raw threads hanging, please cut it off. Here we're just going to insert this into one side, one ring, and we're going to make a double fold, one fold and two fold. Here we're just going to stitch it along to the strap. We can either make a box or a simple front and reverse stitching. Now for the other side, see that the strap is absolutely flat, it's not turned anywhere. We are going to insert this into the strap adjuster. See that the strap adjuster is straight, and pull the strap. So it has to be absolutely straight. The entire strap will be straight, running absolutely straight. Now the other raw end, we are going to push it inside the other ring. Once you push it inside, now we'll have to insert this again into the strap adjuster, but now on the back side we'll be pushing it, and from this side. So we're going to push it from this side and take it out from the other side. Once it comes out from the other side, we'll be folding this and stitching. So once it comes out from this side, we'll pull it out. This is how it will be looking now. Now in case it has come out too much, just push it back little, and then we need to again make a double fold, that is one fold and two fold, and we're going to stitch this. So this is how it will be, and we're going to stitch this. So this also either a square stitch or simple front and reverse stitching. This is how we normally do the strap along with adjusters. So we are just going to make a stitch now, both here and here. So that will be completing our bag. So bag is completely done. This is how it looks. We have stitched the strap adjuster both sides. It's done and it looks neat. It's simple to make. Please do try this. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon right next to the subscribe button, because every time we upload a video, you get notified. And with that, happy sewing. Thanks for watching. Bye.